right, hear ye, hear ye. Game of Thrones haters are petty. Who in here watches Game of Thrones?
Raise your hand if you watch The Thrones.
Jeremy.
I watched the final season, but I haven't watched it.
That's very disappointing.
Wait a minute, you said you watched the final season of what?
I read the books, I know.
Oh, you read the books!
I was about to say 50-50 in this room feels weird. 50-50 in this room feels weird. Jeremy read the books and watched the final season. He's like, I don't know. I'm not sure. Daenerys? I'm not sure.
Yeah, we're on to you.
Yeah, five out of 3?
No, not 5 out of 3.
5 out of 4.
No.
5 of the people in the room, 5 have watched, 4 have not.
That's more accurate.
There you go.
And it's actually 3.
There's 8 people.
Yeah. Stop. Yeah, you're confusing everyone. The point is, if you don't watch Game of Thrones, it's not half and half. He's read the book.
It's 60-40.
Which actually counts for more than watching the show.
Read the books.
That means you have to read. So
ink on his fingers and
right.
all that.
It's like this big, like encyclopedias.
They are big.
It's like reading the dictionary.
Yeah.
So anyway, which is respectable.
Yeah. Good for you.
Yeah. Anyway, Game of Thrones season 8 premieres this Sunday. It's a very big deal. People are throwing parties. Shout out to my niece Mariah. She's throwing a party, a Game of Thrones party. She's a huge fan. I had a friend post on Twitter. I retweeted her. She has a full Game of Thrones menu, such as Red Wedding cupcakes.
Ooh,
okay, Mother of Dragon wings. She ordered the dragon eggs for her decorations, like as candles. Yeah. It's like a whole thing. People are very into Game of Thrones, and if someone calls you a nerd for that, there's nothing else you can do but just feel sorry for them because they are not a part of this experience.
Right. Quick anecdote: I was taking an Uber this weekend. Had a friend. Don't you know when the Uber driver waits for you? Like somebody's in the car and everybody else is waiting. It's real uncomfortable. Michelle's in the ride with Uber driver. It was an older black lady. Me and my boy got in. We were kind of rambunctious. Later on, we started hearing about Game of Thrones. I told my buddy that Michelle doesn't watch Game of Thrones, and then the Uber driver just jumped in, all over it. All I said was, I think it's only 6 episodes, and she's like, yeah, but they're gonna be 120 minutes each episode at 2 hours, and just went.
It brings people together. Everyone watches Game of Thrones, all right, except for the people who don't watch Game of Thrones, which I don't understand. So I get it. It's a very complicated show, and there's lots of weird names, and I just wish people would stop saying like time period piece because I don't remember the time when there was a 3-eyed raven and dragons.
I do remember Dragon Time.
And no, you don't remember Dragon Time.
Okay.
Dragons, it's not a thing. Rammer time.
I can't. I got the hat on, so I'm not doing it.
Anyway, Rams up. Anyway, the point is, Game of Thrones, very serious thing, and I'm very excited. There's odds.
Yes.
I don't usually gamble, but I am going to give Ashley some money to put because she's a gambler.
Yes. She's good at it too.
Yeah, she is good at it. I'm gonna put some money on my pick to win the Game of Thrones, win the Iron Throne. Well, we talked about this before when the odds came out. Now there's new people.
New odds.
Yeah, on the odds. Let me see what we got here. Okay, so Bronn inexplicably is favored.
That's not.
These are not in order, huh?
No,
these are not in order. Okay, so I don't know. They're not in order, so I'm not going to tell you who it is. But Jon and Daenerys' baby. Spoiler alert. I guess we're assuming that there's a baby. Okay.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
And his auntie.
I think they're related, but they don't care about that in Game of Thrones. There's plenty of incest.
Yeah, true that.
There's odds on that. That's interesting. Samwell's nonsense. Samwell's not winning. He's so dead.
How?
So dead this year.
How?
Night King.
AKA Bran. That's my theory.
There's a lot going on there too. Yeah. Obviously everyone wants to pick Jon Snow. I'm sticking with my pick.
What are the numbers on these?
I don't know how to read this stuff.
I don't know. Plus something.
Cersei is going to win the Iron Throne. Yes.
She has.
Mr. I don't watch the show.
She has the top eye.
Jeremy, Mr. I don't watch the show has something to say now.
Jamie Lannister. Oh.
Yeah, Jamie Lannister's odds too. No, Cersei is going to win. Cersei is evil, and she is undefeated evil. Plus, she's got short hair.
How do you think? Okay, I don't even. How do you think the Night King does not win? Like, remind me of that.
Because look, here's the thing. I know Game of Thrones is
because he got an ice dragon now. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, he does have an ice dragon, but Daenerys has 2 dragons. So 2 versus 1, winner is 2. And I don't know. I don't think they're gonna lose. I think a lot of people are gonna die, obviously, because Game of Thrones is how it works.
Right.
But I don't think that they can leave us in the ends with the bad guys winning.
Who are the bad guys?
What do you mean? The White Walkers.
Cersei is the bad guy.
No,
All you doing though? We're on the same
she's
team.
gonna turn
They're
babyface.
breathing.
I'm
They're
telling you.
breathing. We're on the same team.
I'm telling you, she's gonna turn babyface. Remember, you hated Jamie Lannister. Jamie Lannister's the reason why Bran can't walk. Remember?
I'm okay with Jaime. See, now that he got one hand.
That's what I'm saying. So,
He cool.
so characters can turn. Everyone hates Cersei right now. She's gonna turn, and she's gonna win Game of Thrones. She's gonna win the Iron Throne.
They put out.
Well, technically, she's already on the Iron Throne. But
She's
gonna keep the Iron Throne.
She is. So they put out the 21 episodes you have to watch
Look at
before
Heller.
season
You're
8.
so annoying.
He's
can we
fake
just have
sleep.
our moment? Okay, can we just nerd out for 5 seconds?
Sounds nuts.
No, we don't.
Absolutely.
No, we don't.
General population.
Oh my god, what's this?
We're doing it on the podcast.
It's one of the
We have a
most
popular podcast,
yes.
and that's why we're doing
I
it.
know, that's why I was
Exactly.
trying to lay
And
out
we
no
watch
big
the
faces.
show.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna go back to that.
This is the face he's making.
So no, listen. This is the face I made when they put out which 21 episodes today. They put out today which 21 hours
yeah,
of
what?
television to watch
No.
in prepreparation for Sunday's
No,
premiere.
I hadn't planned on rewatching any of the episodes except for Battle of the Bastards because my niece sent me that she watched it the other day, and that's a great episode. I might rewatch that, and maybe the last episode of last season, just so I feel in the mode.
That's all. I'd say this.
But as far as 21 episodes, definitely not rewatching that.
We should be offended because they only list one episode to rewatch in season 5, so that whole year was a waste of time.
Never gonna get that time back.
Episode 8, literally the only one they're saying rewatch from season 5. Like, what the hell?
I don't
How
remember
dare
which
they?
one season 5 is. But all I know is it's an excellent show. I'm so excited, as is the rest of the world. If you want to jump on board, I don't know how to tell you to even begin to do that.
Yeah.
But
It's gonna be like one of those like The Wire. It's like people watched it. People who didn't watch it actively or gonna watch it later. I was like, that was pretty good.
yeah.
I enjoyed that.
But you're just not going to get to ride the wave of, Game of Thrones parties and, all those things.
Yeah. And that new TV, Game of Thrones looks fantastic on it. Whatever time period we in, I'm there in the living room with that TV.
I love when
Okay.
people refer to Game of Thrones as a historic show.
What
I'm
is-
like, totally.
It is.
It is.
It is a timepiece.
It is not a timepiece.
Yes, it is.
It is not.
When's the last time Dragonstone was around? Exactly. It does not. It's not around anymore. Things happen.
I mean, what's the most egregious thing that happens in Game of Thrones? Is it like the
historical fiction?
The little people that live in the tree where he like stays and chills with the guy in the
forest
tree?
people?
Yeah, forest people.
I don't even know what the equivalent to
What was that?
is.
It was like 600 AD?
Like, yeah, because they're not still around now.
No, they're not.
Caveman?
No.
Yeah. No, there's some holes in it as a historical fictional piece. There's some holes.
Anyway, I'm excited.